the fans put the show and the book together, and it's like, oh, that moment I didn't even realise was in the comic, but it's married up so perfectly, and you go, wow. That's when I go, wow, that's good casting.
Oh my God, yes, that was a lot for you.
If you see Imogen crying.
Did we have behind the scenes of that?
I don't know.
I don't think we wanted to film you because it was obviously, actually you was petrified.
Yeah, no, I'm like very scared of heights.
Petrified, like literally crying. Hello, I'm Yasmin Finney.
Hello, I am Rhea Norwood.
Hi, I'm Kizzy.
And I'm Corinna.
And we're chatting about Heartstopper Season 2 with Cosmo.
Don't forget to subscribe for more like this.
It's literally just another silly crush.
It's not a crush. Hi.
I'd say filming for season 2 was different from season 1 because obviously we've already had the response of everyone, so like, you know how big the show is.
That's a bit of pressure.
There's I was gonna say a lot. I was gonna say like there's a lot of pressure. But no, it was fun. It was equally as fun, I'd say more so actually.
Really, I thought the first season was more fun.
Really?
Yeah, getting to know everyone.
Oh, but we got a holiday. We got a holiday halfway
We did get a holiday out of it. We did get to go to Paris, so like, this is great. When I didn't have any knowledge about what I looked like on the screen, I could act more naturally, and now I sort of started to overthink things after having seen the first season. Like, couldn't quite relax.
I'd agree with that. And also, yes, sometimes in the back of your head having like people's comments or what they're gonna think about it. But that was shaken off, and yeah, we got to it,
Yes,
didn't we?
did our job.
Yeah.
This season was a lot more pressure. I think there was a lot more pressure and definitely a sort of weight to not let the fans down from season 1 because it did so well. Yeah. I think that, you know, we all kind of blossomed into individuals from season 1, season 2. I mean, I'm such a different person to who I was on season 1. And I think I've definitely matured, and I think we've all kind of grown into, and it's so nice to see us all grow into this like individual sort of boss beat.
Yeah.
You know?
100%. Your friend group is so nice. How did you get to know everyone?
I think Darcy's mum did surprise me. I knew that things were difficult for her at home, like that's been mentioned in the comics. But I was kind of shocked by how happy she can seem when things are so bad. It's not something I'd be able to do. I'd just cry.
Do you know what? I was initially, when we first read it, I was surprised with how mature it felt this season. And also, I was really happy to see how Alice also kept that essence of what Heartstopper is. And we are talking about issues that happen and they weren't like shied away from, but it still felt in the Heartstopper world. But it was also like, oh, we're dealing with some serious topics, which I think's needed and important, wouldn't change it. And I think the way Alice writes is so authentic, yeah. And it's like you do grasp the messages from each different characters, how people deal with different things. So I'd say that was different. That shocked me, but in a good way.
I want you to come out when and how you want to.
There's a lot of improv. Most of the time, like, you won't hear it or see it, but it's there. And there's usually not a lot of prompting. It's just like, okay, talk like Darcy, talk like Tara. So we've gotten quite good.
Just give us a bit of them.
Yeah. Corinna will always start an improv with Darcy, and that's just like the instant
just gets
Tara
us
moment.
in, yeah. Or a little laugh. It'll be Darcy, or a
stop it.
Yeah. Hair's gone everywhere, but yeah, that's high energy, like getting in there.
Gotta sort of shake it in.
Yeah.
Do a couple like star jumps.
I think when we're all together, there was definitely some bits where it's improvised. So for example, when we're on the Eiffel Tower, there's a lot of improvisation. Like, oh, look over there. Like we have to make stuff
Group
up.
scenes a lot, you know, when you're in the background and
Yeah, or when it's like a close-up of Nick and Charlie, like we'll be in the background, like, hey, like, you know, like we'll be like, oh my god, like,
all improvised.
we'll take a picture of you. Oh my god, do you remember when we was on the bridge?
Yeah.
And we had to do that full choreo, like that full on, like, and then he was like, let's just do a group picture, and like it was like we was all in the background, but it was still We had to think
It's
of
fun,
something.
isn't it? You get to like live, live in your character.
Yeah.
Without the pressure of like lines.
That's always fun on set because you're like, oh, the camera's not on me. Oh, my mic's not on. No one's caring about what I'm saying. It's just. Da-da-da. Then you get into ADR and they were like, what were you saying back there? And you're like,
So yeah, when you voice over,
I don't know.
sometimes when the mic isn't picking stuff up, you have to go back and in editing, you have to voice over stuff. That's ADR. And sometimes you see yourself in a shot that you weren't expecting to be in, so you have to try and lip read what you were saying and make it up, which is.
And I'm not gonna lie, I chat rubbish. So I'm always like, oh, I'm like looking at my lips, like, how do I make this a word?
And it's also the same take again and again and again. So sometimes you end up doing the same improv, and sometimes you don't. And yeah, no, we say a lot of rubbish. If you try and catch our mouths moving, it's probably nonsense. My hardest scene, I think, was the improvisation scene with my mum, Rachel, because it was all improv. And it was my first time meeting Rachel. We hadn't like spoken much before, and to just be thrown into this like really intense, emotional, shouting, angry scene without any words to go off, I found really quite hard.
Doesn't work out, then I lose my best friend in the whole world.
I love you.
One time Yaz kneed me in the eye. We're doing a scene where we come into the room in France for the first time, and we're like jumping around on the bed, really excited, and Yaz just got up too fast and bashes me.
No, I absolutely did not knee Kizzy in the face. Maybe I did it like by accident and Kizzy took it personal, but shout out to you, Kizzy, that was not intentional. I think because sometimes as a group, we're all just like so close to each other and everyone is like barging to like get on the camera. We're like, oh, I don't mean, it's just like, it's a lot sometimes. So it's kind of like, yeah, sometimes there is an arm and a leg that is sort of swished around and maybe like knock somebody out on set and they've got to go to hospital and A&E.
A lot of the scenes in the room in France that we shot at home, actually, like in England, there were a lot of mistakes and bloopers that time. A lot of falling over. There was just too many people.
It was
in the
quite
room all
funny,
the time, and it was just such a small space. I like completely fell over.
We were doing like a running down the hallway. Was it down the hallway? And that's when you slipped.
No, I slipped all the time. At
it was the party
at
one.
The party scene.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be playing drunk, so it like might make it in. But yeah, no, I fell very hard.
That was funny. I did laugh as well. Like, and before you hear the cut, you just hear me going, ha ha. Yeah.
Feel.
Filming in Paris, it just feels like one thing. I'm not gonna lie.
I think we were there about 8 days. The food was really good. The food on set in Paris was like
so good.
delicious.
Oh my gosh, they give you like a full spread of like literally anything you could want.
So much cheese.
So much cheese.
It was so good.
Oh, it was great. Also, it was like real exciting being in front of like the Eiffel Tower and all of these amazing like monuments.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. That's the one I was looking for. Monuments.
I get to film in the Louvre. I mean, that is like a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Very cool.
Because then, like, I would remember we'd be doing a scene, I'd look around and be like, oh wow,
That's mental,
that's mental. Yeah, so that was really exciting about Paris.
Oh, the Eiffel Tower, because I'm scared of heights.
Oh my God, yes, that was a lot for you.
If you see Imogen crying,
Did we have
it
behind the
wasn't
scenes of that?
pretend. I don't know.
I don't think we wanted to film you because it was obviously, actually you was petrified.
yeah, no, I'm like very scared of heights.
Petrified, like literally crying
Yeah.
on the Eiffel Tower, which was a moment. It's kind of iconic.
But I still did it.
You did it, and now when you go back,
I will be able to see that on Netflix forever.
We put fun into our own schedules.
There was no time, and we were up way too late on a lot of filming nights.
Yeah, it was early.
We were
early
like, we're in
calls.
Paris. We have to have fun. We can't not see Paris. I'd never been to Paris before, and I was like, oh, we've got to do all the touristy stuff.
A lot of you know that we went to Disneyland as well.
I
We
know.
did that. That was great.
Yeah, Disneyland was a lot of
Disneyland
fun.
was a fun day. Early morning start the next day though. I was like, oh no.
How is the worst person to have a crush on?
What if you tried actually flirt with him?
My mum's been moaning at me to get a haircut.
I think with the hair, if you know me, you know that my hair is always changing. One day I'm a pixie cut, next day I'm a mermaid.
Love the pixie cut, by the way.
Thank you. So I think when I've got L hair, it's like I am in character. I am L, even when I'm offset. Like I'm always L, and I really notice that. I feel really affected when my hair is different, and I think that L is me when I've got the big L hair and the glasses. Like I'm in character, and I feel solidified within her as a character.
We go to Paris and Tara's changed. She's like braided. That's a nice fun shock. Also, we're out of school uniform, so there's so many fun looks. I was literally obsessed with half of them.
I've got a wig on this season because I cut my hair. I buzzed it right after the first season because I was like, okay, no, goodbye Darcy for now. But I had to wear a wig, so it looks amazing. The makeup team did an amazing job, but I am wearing a wig. And it was very itchy, and I was just sort of tapping my head like that.
I'm pretty sure everyone would be glad to find out that Tao's hair has now changed as well.
Yes.
Dim. Everything's going to be perfect.
Yeah, I think it was just nice. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've never kissed on screen before in my life.
No, I hadn't either.
So this was a first for me, first for us.
Imogen kiss though. It's sort of like, you know, it's weird doing like a character kiss.
Yeah,
and
it is
then
weird.
being on screen.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like you've got to do like by the book. There's also like an intimacy coordinator.
Yeah.
Shout out to you,
David.
David. Yeah, so obviously there's pretty much no tongue. I'm pretty sure there's no tongue, there's no, like, you're not really meant to, there's like a certain way you're meant to kiss. And I've never kissed on screen, so I just didn't want to do it wrong. But I think after a while, me and Will just got the hang of it, and we were just like smashing these scenes out like that.
Yeah.
So it was quite, I think you've also got to have that relationship with your like partner as
But it's weird also because we were all friends and like we all knew each other for so long.
Yeah.
Then having to like go and kiss like Will and Bash was like,
It was intense, yeah, it was intense. But I think we did it really well, and I'm proud of all of us for getting through it. And
I feel like your kiss probably has a more like romantic feel to it. It was probably a nicer kiss than Imogen, you know, they're kissing because of a certain pressure and like, you know what I mean? It's their like messy teenage at school kiss. So yeah, that would be interesting.
I will say absolutely, like the first kiss with me and Tao in the Louvre is just magical. It's TV like magic. It's just so, I don't know, I mean, when I went to do ADR, like I had like goosebumps watching that scene.
Nice.
And yeah, I can't wait. I think it's gonna be really magical, and everyone's waiting for this first kiss, so it's out now. I hope I didn't let you down. Yeah, no, I'm really proud of all of us.
I've liked him for so long. Sometimes I think he might like me back.
It's so easy to welcome the new cast in. They slotted in like family. Layla, Bradley, who have we got? Jack, Neems. Oh, everyone's just amazing. And yeah, it was so like, I think the second day I was like, Layla, you're my best friend. I was like, straight away, me and you, buddy.
She's so charming and so silly, like you can't not love her. You can't not love any of them.
Any of them. Jack, we didn't even get many scenes together, but I'm like, Jack, like, amazing. Neems, he's meant to be our teacher, but even on set, I'd be like,
he's so sweet. He's always got like, he had so many food recommendation places in France.
Yeah. They're all so easy to get on with and brought such a great new energy to the
cast.
group and to the screen, and
there was so much. I think everyone is so individual in the cast, and it really translated on set. And I think that it was just fun. It was really fun. Everyone had fun. There was a lot of laughing. There wasn't really points where it was like, you know, everyone was sort of quite just, I don't know, enjoying their time on set. It didn't even feel like it was set. It felt like it was just group of friends making something really magical.
And Bradley, he likes to tell really crap jokes.
He actually does, like, honestly, ask him, like, he loves a dad joke.
What do you call a woman with a laptop on her head?
I know the answer to this.
Edgell.
Adele. That did get me.
You make mistakes sometimes. You're a good person who deserves love.
It's also really interesting creating like gestures that aren't in the comics, that don't translate. movements and styles of talking that aren't quite in the comics. So having that sort of character creation be your own is really, really fun. Like the way Darcy smiles, the way she raises an eyebrow, and the intonation that's like fun to create. Yeah.
I'd also agree. Like, obviously, I read the books once I got cast and everything, and I was like, right, cool. There's Tara, but it's so crazy to see when like the fans put the show and the book together, and it's like, oh, that moment I didn't even realise was in the comic, but it's married up so perfectly, and you go, wow. That's when I go, wow, that's good casting. Well done, Daniel Edwards and team. Like, go you,
Charlie! Oh, you're being gay. Good job. Carry on.
I do have some Tara outfits in my wardrobe. Thank you, Adam.
You didn't give me any.
Pays to be the favourite, I guess. I've got, did I actually, I can't remember if no, it did get in, but there's a cute little green short piece and Kicker's green top that Tara wears on one of the Paris exploring days, and I've definitely got that.
Thanks for watching. Heartstopper Season 2 is available now.